So here in the very humid southeastern United States, our pianos go through a lot. The piano is mostly made of wood, but it also has wool fibers on the hammers and steel strings, all of which are subject to damage in places where humidity is constantly changing. Now, I've owned this beautiful Kauai Grand for 2 years, and I've had it consistently tuned every few months. But I have found that my piano really responds to changes in the weather and humidity. The temperature here in the South changes a lot, even in the same season, and that can be difficult to control. A few months ago, my tuner recommended that I install a piano lifesaver system from Dampp-Chaser. And today, Kevin, my technician, is here to install it for me. He's going to give us a little bit more about the details of how this system works, why I needed it, and how it can help you too. So today, Kevin Adkins of Ye Olde Piano Shop is here to install my Lifesaver piano system from Dampp-Chaser. So I'm gonna let him kind of fill us in on some of the details about how this system works. So first of all, Kevin, can you tell us a little bit about what Ye Olde Piano Shop does? So these are the people who have serviced my piano for like 2 years now, and I'm super pleased.
Well, I'm glad you're pleased, Natalie. Our main service is tuning and repairing. We also rebuild. So everything piano is pretty much is what we cover, and that's my focus in the business.
Awesome. So he's installing this Dampp-Chaser system on my instrument today. Now, a few months ago, my tuner told me I needed this system. So then Kevin came in today to actually install it. So can you tell me, why did I need this system on my piano?
Well, humidity is the killer of a piano. And Dampp-Chaser, they're located in Henderson, North Carolina, and it's their job to know all the areas of what the humidity is, if you need which system. Like Florida, you wouldn't need the full system. Here, because of how our temperatures are and humidity, we need both systems.
The dehumidifier and a humidifier.
That's correct.
Okay.
And so that's the purpose of the system.
Wow.
That's why you need it, to keep that humidity under control. There's a little black box underneath, we call it a humidistat. And that humidistat keeps it at that 42% humidity. When it's too dry, it's gonna kick on the humidifier. If it's too wet, it's gonna kick on the dehumidifier.
Wow.
So that's why you need the system.
So how does that work? Like, is it sensing the environment, and then how does it notify the rods to put more water into the pads? It's pads, right, that are attached?
Right.
Okay, so can you kind of give us a new person's info guide on how that system can detect that change in the environment?
Sure. Well, as I said, that humidistat is the brains. It's underneath the piano, and it detects what it needs.
Okay.
So, you know, if it's too humid out, it's going to kick on the dehumidifiers. And there's 2 heat rods underneath the piano, and they'll get real hot. And that's what takes out the humidity. Now, people always ask, well, do I have to empty anything? Like, you know, people think dehumidifiers, they have to keep emptying a bucket of water.
Yeah.
But it's just incredible with the heat rods, you don't have to empty anything.
Wow.
And that's how it works. Now, the humidifier system, there's a light system on the piano. This is the light system that we mentioned, and it has 3 lights. We'll see that we have a green light here, which is the power light. Okay. That light should always be on. If it's off, you've lost power, and you need to be finding out why. And then you have a water light. That's an amber light that's blinking, and a pad light, and it's red and it blinks. Now, how this works is your red light will not be blinking. It only blinks when the pads are dry. That's the purpose of the light. And when the pads are dry, it's kind of to tell you need to change your pads. Okay. But when that yellow light comes on, it means you need to water the piano. There's a probe inside the bucket that initiates that light. So you need to do it immediately. Okay. If you don't water it and it keeps blinking, what will happen, the reservoir will dry up of water, and then the pads will dry up, and then you'll have the pads are like blinking. Okay. And you never want to get to this situation. Yeah. You only want this situation.
Okay.
So that's how the light system works.
So how often do I need to be prepared to fill that reservoir and water my piano?
Well, each home is different. Everybody asks, how often will I have to do this? Well, it depends on your home's humidity level. So it's just when that little light comes on and starts flashing, you just fill it. That's all you need to do. And,
I'm going to be watching that light all the time. Okay, so then I just need to keep an eye on the lights. And when I fill the reservoir, it does all the work supplying that water to the watering tubes and all that. Like, I don't mess with that.
You don't have to do anything.
All right.
It does it all.
Okay.
This is the bucket, or the watering bucket that you use. You notice there's a red line here, and you will fill your bucket up to that red line of water. Now, people ask, do I use distilled water or regular water? You want to use regular tap water.
Okay.
Do not use distilled water. We like the electrolytes that the tap water gives us.
Okay.
So you want to use just your regular tap water. And after you do that, you're going to use some pad treatment. We're going to put a cap full of this into the bucket. I'll let you hold that.
Okay.
Just put that in, and you always do this after you fill it, because if you put it in beforehand, you'll have bubbles, and bubbles are fun, but not in a Dampp-Chaser rod.
Okay.
So you want to do that. Now, I'm going to set this down here and show you where the tube is. You never have to crawl under the piano. Everything's at your fingertips, but there's a fill tube here. There's two clips here that hold it. And this is your tube. And you want to put it up as high as you can because gravity is your friend. Okay. And you're going to put it onto the tip of this watering can. And you're going to hold it up in the air. Now I hold it like this. Okay. It's strong enough that it'll hold, but I just do it as a safety. And then you just start pouring it in. Now you hear it going in.
I did not know that you don't have to get up under the piano. I thought I would have to be figuring out a way to get up under there and refill this. So this is really interesting.
We try to make it as easy as possible.
Oh, yes.
All right, it's all filled. Now this is very important, this last step. There's still water in this tube.
Yes.
So we don't want that pouring all over your carpet. So we're going to put that into here and let it flow back into the bucket. Therefore, you don't have any mess on the floor.
Yeah.
And back here, find your clips, and voila, your piano has been watered.
Now, does this use a lot of power? Because I know it has to stay plugged in. So what kind of power usage can we expect out of this?
It's very minimal power usage. I mean, the rods are like 25 watt rods. Some are 38 watt rods, and then there's like a little heat rod on top of the humidifier bucket. That doesn't take much energy as well.
So it sounds like less than a dim light bulb.
Right.
Like just very little.
That's
good. That's good. Okay, now will my piano still need to be tuned, even though I have this system?
Yes, it does.
Okay.
The system will help make the tuning better.
Okay.
Because the purpose of that system, I mean, it's going to